Hamilton Mill location, Public Library, and we are here to look for reference books on American history on Betty Ross. Betsy Ross. And here I have found an encyclopedia of American history. And as you can see, it's listed with a reference tag, but as well as it's included on the what's this called?
Dewey Decimal.
Dewey Decimal.
And I have found a book on biographies, Shaping of America, and Betsy Ross is on the cover. And this gives us information about Betsy Ross, and as you can see, it has the reference book as well. It also has the last name of the author of the book. And we also have several other books on history with other women, famous women in history as well.
Elisa, what are you doing for your research?
Well, after we agreed on the topic women in leadership, I said, well, let me go and see if I can find, do a keyword search on a book in Shorter Catalog. So I'm going to go into the search catalog to browse or do a subject search.
So you go and choose subjects? Is that how you would do it for
Yeah,
yours?
we could do it that way, subject, and then from that point we can go and type in keywords like women and leadership.
Women and leadership?
Yeah, that's the start.
Or just do it from this? You want, or should we do it for search or
we could
combination?
We can do it from search. We could do it from browse. You know, because like we're right now, that's a combination search, so we can do it from that as well.
If we typed in women and leadership, this should give us some sources that we have access to through Shorter.
Yeah, it should give us some information where we can locate some books. We're seeing this one is saying we didn't find anything on that search. So let's go back. Go down to the bottom, or you could do it that way. And let's do it on, let's go here again.
The subjects?
Yeah, let's go and let's click browse this time.
Browse?
Yeah. And then let's click on that. And let's do subjects again.
Subjects?
But we're doing it from browse this time. So now let's type in, again, let's try women in leadership again, or just, women in leadership again.
For all?
Yeah, for all branches.
Okay.
Okay, now it's providing us with several different subject headings.
But none of them say women in leadership.
I know.
So I guess maybe we should go to Galileo instead of using the Shorter library.
But we need to find a book first. Galileo is going to provide us with different articles and journals. We've got to find a book first.
Well, the net library, I have it at the top of my
Well, do you know the name of the book? Do you know the name of the book?
No, but we can do the searches from there as well.
Try it. But you need to know
the subject again.
Okay, try it. So from looking at this, it looks like you actually have a good subject heading. So we found some books.
We found some ebooks.
Exactly, we found some ebooks and some electronic books on topics in women in leadership. So we could just we can actually go in here and do a full text. We can actually go in here.
View this book.
Yeah.
The contents: women in power, introduction, making our way through. This looks like it has a lot of information for us.
So this could be a good book that we can review to get information, to gather some information, so we can start our research paper. And from this point, we can collect. We can get more books. But then from this point, we should go and get some articles from EBSCO's Academic Search Complete. And from that point, we collect, some articles, whichever articles that pertain to that topic.
And all of those are accessed through Galileo, correct?
Yeah.
Before you go to Galileo, don't you think you should probably cite those using the tool in there to cite? Once you pull up your book, it'll show you a way to add it to your list.
Oh, okay. Can you show me how to do that, Elisa?
Once you add it to your list, then you can use it to cite. So
Oh,
before you go
okay.
to Galileo, make sure you cite your source so we don't have to. We can make an annotated bibliography or an annotation of this book to see if it's something usable for our research.
Okay, well that sounds like a great idea. So, but now we have an idea, actually, where we go to look for books. And if to say we found a book and we don't want to go to the library is closed at that time, we can actually go to Net Library and review this book in full text, and go from that point. We can actually go, and so we got our books. So now we want to go and get our articles.
Yeah, but how do we save this to the list so that we don't have to locate it again?
It should have a list icon at the top
At the top of...
on the right hand corner. You can save it
I
in your list.
don't see that.
Well, why don't you just write down the name of it for now and then go into Net Library and find the book itself so that way you can view it.
I'm in Net Library on the front page.
Oh, you are? Okay, when you open up the book itself and it tells you an annotation about the book, if you double click on the book,
On the cover
the
of the
title,
book?
can you actually flip through the books?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes chapter 1. It's an ebook, so everything is accessible online. Thanks for helping.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks for helping me find the book. Now we need some articles and Galileo. That's the site that we're supposed to use, right?
Yeah.
So how? But when I
It says
tried
here
to
your
go,
password though.
but when I tried to go into Galileo.com, it told me that I needed a password. So is there a way to get a password?
Well, remember, if you're trying to get into Galileo remotely, you have to go to, you have to actually log in, and then from that point, you need to go to
Okay,
library.
to the shorter.
Yeah, to shorter
Okay.
library. You log in from shorter, then you go to library, and then it's going to give you all the different passwords for the different databases that we can actually go into, and it provides the password. Right now, the password is EAR. So,
Okay.
anytime you're accessing remotely, you want to make sure that you go here to retrieve the password.
Okay, so you click on it,
Yeah,
and then you will enter the password from there.
exactly.
Okay, so once we get there now,
We want to try to find some articles on our topic.
okay, so what's the best
How do you
way
know what
to...
database to use? Though?
Well, let's do Academic Search Complete. Let's try that, Michelle. We're going to go to Database A to Z. Database A to Z, and you can actually type in that actual database, or you can actually go to, we could do A. We could do that. And then you can actually go down and scroll down, and then there it is, number 3, Academic Search Complete.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, that's a very good site. It has a lot of information on all variety of topics that you can retrieve information.
I heard
Oh,
one of our
that's-
professors told us
That's
that.
the EBSCO site
Exactly.
that she was talking about. Okay,
Exactly.
EBSCO and
so
ProQuest are the best though, really.
Well, it provides a lot of good information too. It provides information, newspaper articles, trade magazines, variety of magazines you can retrieve
I
from
guess it just
ProQuest.
pays to know the databases that are available so that you know
The only way to
whatever
know them is to
subject,
search them.
whatever subject
Exactly.
you're looking for, you'll know eventually which website will benefit and have the most information on it.
So from this point, now that we've retrieved EBSCO Academic Search Complete, we can actually go into subject terms, and from subject terms, we can actually go down here where it says browsing and type in women in leadership.
Okay.
And from that point, it's going to provide us with a term use, which telling us that we can use this heading for the topic. And then from that
Okay.
point, it actually provides us with different articles that we can use.
But right there below where you're browsing, it says begins with, term contains, or relevancy. So we would want to go contained.
Yeah, we could try that. Let's type in, and then type in women in leadership. And then select browse.
Okay.
And then scroll down. Scroll down, because we're going to look for something that says actually use. let's see here. Let's go back up.
Okay.
Let's try terms begin with.
Okay.
Okay, let's scroll down and see if we found anything. Okay, women in management. You can use, we can see where it says use women executives. We can actually click on this.
Oh, okay. You can just click from there. You don't
Yeah.
have to enter it again.
No, you can just click there.
Oh, okay.
And then scroll down.
Okay. Okay. Well, that one, EBSCO seems okay, but it to me it just doesn't seem like what I'm looking for or user friendly for me. Is there another database that we can use?
We can go into ProQuest newspapers to select articles. And
Okay, so go back into Galileo again, and
Yes.
then you said ProQuest.
Yeah, you can actually select, you can do several different ways. You can do database A to Z, or you can actually type in the database ProQuest newspapers. And
Okay,
it'll
so
take
I'll
us,
go to P
Or use keywords.
and then go down. Okay, and so, well, I see two on here. There's ProQuest databases and ProQuest newspapers. If I'm looking for an article, which one?
actually both provide articles. And if you
Oh.
want to know more information about that database, you can actually go to more, and it provides you with more information regarding that database.
Okay, so I think in this instance, I'm going to go for the ProQuest databases.
Okay.
That way, I can, if I still want to choose a smaller article from a magazine, I can do that. Or I can do a web article of something that's published online.
I was just about to say, in reference to websites, there's so many other kind of resources besides just books and articles. There's websites, there's statistics, almanacs, all kinds of things. And in order to find those type, I remember learning that we can go into a Galileo search by type. And once you
Exactly.
say type, it will give you different types of databases. One that contains all websites, one that contains almanac statistics, all kinds. So if you search Galileo by type of database, it will tell you what it will pull up databases that contain the certain type of sources you're looking for.
Exactly.
Such
And then-
as websites.
Well,
search
Exactly.
how
engines.
do we know? I mean, in class, we also learned that some websites, like the .com, means for commercial. So how do we know which websites are reputable and they give unbiased information about what we're looking for, not just trying to sell something or sell us on an idea?
Well, remember when you go into Galileo, there's an area that says Google, scholarly information. So you can go into Google, the website Google, and select scholarly information from that site as well. So, you just have to select, you select your peer review, your scholarly journals. It's all about selections. You have to make sure you select the correct thing.
And because we're doing this as a group, that's why it's good for us to write down or save all of this information so we can compile it when we come together at the end, and then narrow our topic down. And also we can all get different aspects on which books we should use for it, which ones are are factual and not just given from.
So you're saying
Exactly.
we should annotate
And
every one of our sources, annotate and tell what
Yes,
it's about.
annotate, yeah,
So that way we
that's
all
it.
know we don't have to go back into the thing to find the books or a Galileo or a search. We can already have it annotated as to what that book contains. That way
Exactly.
we can
And you
make an
remember-
educated decision as to
And
what
also,
we use
you
for our
remember
research.
she said when we go into EBSCO Academic Search Complete, you can actually create a folder. Remember she said you can create
That's
a
right.
folder
Save it to your
and
list.
save all of that information, and it helps you. It saves time on actually knowing. You got a folder there, so you can actually go back
Right.
and retrieve your citations and all of that information.
Girls, I think we've done a fantastic job. I mean, I think we worked together well. Thanks to Stephanie and Coco, they were our library researchers. They used the Dewey Decimal System to find us lots of great resources. And Elisa is our Galileo extraordinaire. Michelle has helped us in a lot of ways in finding magazine articles. She likes the web. She likes to use the web quite a bit.
And Michelle has done a wonderful job as well. She's our leader, even though she doesn't want to be. She's our leader.
No.
We can take that part out.
Yeah,
We can take that part out.